Hi everyone, welcome to the Lori Whitlock YouTube channel today. Thank you for dropping by. I've got a fun tutorial for these new shadow box cards that you'll find at the Silhouette Design Store and in SVG format in my shop at shop.loriwhitlock.com. So the horizontal version of this card will fit perfectly into a 5x7 envelope. You can just slide that right in and it comes out looking like this, and then as you fold it forward towards you, it just pops up into its 3D format, and it has all those beautiful layers. So this card has been designed to have 3 notches on the side, 3 slits, and then the inserts have these notched pieces that slip into those to hold them into place, and it makes it very easy to put together these shadow box cards. I think you're going to love this new assembly method, and like I said, they don't impede when you fold them flat, so they still go into an envelope. So the horizontal versions will go into the 5x7 envelope, as I mentioned, and the vertical versions will fit into the 5.75 by 5.75 envelope that you can purchase at Hobby Lobby, or you can scale it up or down as desired, but it will fit into that when you open the file. It's almost square, but it will not fit into that 5x7 envelope. It's just the wrong dimensions for that. So be aware of that. The vertical form is a square. Let's see. We'll go ahead and start assembly, but take a look at each of these individually. This one's darling with the cute little Easter bunny inside of there. I love this bunny. He's kind of a vintage Peter Rabbit style bunny. Love him. We've got this darling little chick nestled in some grass. Pretty little a bouquet of flowers across the top. I love that. This one's so much fun. It's a little gnome and he's holding an Easter egg and some flowers here up front. You could decorate that Easter egg with pattern paper. That'd be very cute. We've got another cute Easter character, a little lamb. I love how he's just a darling little surprise in the middle of that card. And then we've got this really pretty bouquet of flowers in a watering can. This is such a pretty card. It'd be great for Mother's Day, anything Easter, spring, birthdays, anything like that. So it's kind of a generic version of the card that you could use for any occasion. You could also, if you were wanting to swap out what the little gnome is holding, you could just take the ears off and swap out his little piece that he's holding, if you wanted to use that one for other occasions as well. This one's a little truck filled with Easter eggs. Love this truck. Again, you could fill this with other items if you'd like, but this is the way the file comes natively. And then we have a beautiful Christian version for Easter. It's Jesus, and we have the open tomb with the rock rolled away and the little hill with the crosses on it. This is just such a pretty version of the card. That's a little more religious. So we're going to get busy putting together another card. So when you open the file, you will have the card base pieces that look like this, and we have covering panels for both the front of the card and the sides of the card and the back of the card. This panel on the back is a great place to write your sentiment, or you could add other things like a pocket or whatever if you would like to do that. We also have our layers of our card. And you can notice how these are graduated from a larger opening all the way to the smaller opening in the back. So you'll know that those are in the correct order when you have the larger, the medium, and then the smaller in the back. And these are just layered with cardstock. It cuts the white piece completely, and then you'll layer on the green, and then the green stem pieces, embellishment part of the leaves, and then the yellow flowers, and then the white flower centers. And I just use glue to adhere those on. This piece will cut all in one piece, so it shows you right where to place your green background piece, and then your green leaves, and then you'll put your yellow for the background of your flowers, and then your pink piece on top of that. That way you don't have to cut and glue all those little tiny pieces in, which would be a terrible project. This is the back layer, and I've added some extra white pieces through the middle that don't really show because they're hiding behind this greenery here. So they're not covered in anything, they're just white, and then you just add some stability to the middle of the card. So go ahead and put down that green stem piece and then the blue flowers on top. And once you've glued all those down, we're ready to start putting our card together. So I'm just going to go ahead and set those pieces off to the side for a minute. Those insert pieces. You'll notice how they have their little ears on them. That's going to help us keep our card in place once we put it together using those side slots. So I'm going to go ahead and use some tape runner for this project. I'm just going to flip that covering panel over and add some adhesive to the four sides of that covering panel. And then we're just going to place that right in the center on the front of our card. That should have about 1/8 of an inch gap all the way around on your card. And the side panels, we just are going to put some adhesive on those as well. And if you wanted to use a fine tip glue bottle to put a little adhesive down each of those pieces in between, you could do that as well, and that might be a really good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. And then just glue that down, just centering that. And we're going to repeat that process on the back of our card. And go ahead and put that in the center on the back. Now that I have glue on this whole piece, I'm just going to flip that over, center it, and glue that down. These covering panels add quite a bit of stability to this card. Okay, once you get it to this point, we're going to go ahead and fold on all these score marks. I'm going to start with this piece while that one's still drying. So just fold over on those score marks. You can use a bone folder to burnish those creases in nicely. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, and we're going to glue them here, and that's going to fold around to the back. Just make sure you get everything oriented with the glue tabs on the same side. Notice how they're both on the left-hand side as I'm working. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and glue these two pieces together with this glue tab here on the side. Making sure to get a good amount of adhesive on that. You want this to hold really well. Just line that up right along that fold. You can even fold it back on itself and put some good pressure on that glue tab. And now we'll go ahead and glue the other side. At this point, you could start putting your dividers in, your different inserts in if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue it together and slip the inserts in after it's put together. But you can experiment with that and see which way is easiest for you. So I can lay this flat and just glue that down the side. So now that our card base is all put together, we're ready to put our inserts in place. So I'm just going to take that first tab, I'm going to lay my card, roll it kind of flat, and just slip that insert in there and feed that tab through on one side. It works a little bit better when you have it flat. Okay, so that one's in place, and then we're going to roll it the other way, and I'm going to get the other side in place. Okay, there's our front insert. Perfect. We're going to go to our second insert and do the same thing. Okay, slide that down in there. Once we get it down in there, we can start lining up that insert piece. Okay, and that's our second insert. And we're going to move on to our third. Isn't this easy to put together? So much easier than trying to glue tabs down the side. I love it. Say the last one's going to be just the most tricky because it's a little tighter now. Go ahead and slide that in there. Once you get one side in, it gets a little bit easier. There's one side, and we're going to flip it around and work on the other side. Perfect. That just slipped into place. So there is our completed card. I love this card. This is probably one of my favorites. It's just a beautiful bouquet of flowers that you could give for any occasion. And again, you can just take this and lay the card flat and slip it into an envelope, 5x7 envelope. Ready to mail. Perfect. So again, I'm just so you're aware, the vertical version does not fit in the 5x7 envelope. It's actually going to fit in the 5.75 by 5.75 square envelopes, or a 6x6 square envelope. I know that the 5.75 envelopes are available at Hobby Lobby. You could also cut your own. I have some square envelopes in my SVG shop. Or you can scale it up and down as desired. You could scale it to be 5 inches in either direction and slip it into a 5x7 envelope. They even make larger envelopes, like the 6x8, I believe, if you want to try and put it in one of those. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy making all of these gorgeous cards. I'm going to lay them all out one more time so you can take a look at all the different styles we have available. Some darling ones for Easter, and of course, if you guys love these cards, I'll make them for more occasions. Just leave me some comments here on YouTube and let me know what you think. And if you have any theme suggestions, please feel free to leave those. I really do take those into consideration as I'm designing new files so that I can give you a variety of different things that you would like. There you have it. We have 8 beautiful new styles of this shadow box card. I hope you all have a lovely day and have fun crafting as you get ready for spring and Easter this year. Talk to you later, and we'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.